Hey people, this is Talem Splash, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. In the last part, Lamont joined our party, and now we're still heading over to the Lhusu Mines. We haven't gotten there yet, but we're pretty much here. That's the entrance right there, so we're going to go in and save Penelo. Sounds good.
The Lhusu Mines, one of the richest veins in Ivalice.
Under Imperial Guard, no doubt.
Actually, no. With but few exceptions, the Imperial Army is not permitted within Bhujerba. Well, shall we proceed?
I like how both Thea and Bosch, they just look at each other like, who is this kid? And, I mean, that's true. We actually don't know who this kid is. I know who this kid is, and you maybe know if you know the story, but otherwise you don't know, so I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, we can control him because he's a guest, and he's pretty fun to control. He has like a rapier-esque sword, and I think that's really cool. He's like a red mage, like an FF14 red mage, rather. All right. What do we got here?
You will forgive me for asking, but you are diverting the purest of the Magicite.
I can assure you it reaches Lord Vane most discreetly.
Ha! You wear your saddle well.
Be that as it may, I have no intention of being bridled, Your Honor.
Then you prefer the whip? Stubbornness will see not only you broken, Excellency, but Bhujerba as well.
Lamont IV, the Marquis of Bhujerba. The Marquis served as mediator at the negotiations of Damascus' surrender. It would appear that he is somewhat less neutral now.
They say he's been helping the resistance.
They say many things.
You're certainly well informed. Who did you say you were again?
What difference does it make? We have to find Penelo.
And Penelo is your...
She's a friend. She was kidnapped and taken here.
Alright, yep. I guess Lamont's like, oh, okay. I guess they had something going on already. So welcome to the Lhusu Mines. This is a pretty fun place. The second of the 3 mines that we'll be at, like, exploring in this game. There's one more after this, and that's my favorite one. But anyway, the Lhusu Mines is pretty cool. Lots of nice places, lots of good opportunities to farm, and honestly, we're only gonna be like exploring like a slight chunk of it like today because there's another whole half of the Lhusu Mines that you can't access until way later, and it's like a super high level area. But right now, where the game is, everything's just level 8. I guess the game expects you to be around level 8 right now. I'm level 14, so maybe slightly over leveled, but that's usually what I like to be at around this point in the game. Otherwise, I don't want to struggle. I want to have fun. I want to get through things with ease, but not, you know, make it too easy either. Which is why I sold that Seitengrat bow. I'm sorry. It's on Seitengrat. Anyway, Lamont, by the way, if you want to check his gambits, he's got Cura. Oh, he can use Cura. Potion at 70%. I'm gonna turn that off. He's just gonna waste my potions. Everything else looks good. Cool. So, anyway, let us move on here. I don't honestly like. I'm not too much to talk about today. I hope it's not too much of a quiet episode, but if it is, I don't know. I'm just I'm kind of exhausted today, actually. Yeah, it's Saturday though, so I gotta record as much as I can. I want to make sure I get as much done as possible because I don't want to fall behind later on in the week. So anyway, this area is where we have more skeletons, and we don't have to wait for the charge to drop like we did in the Barheim Passage. So, while we're not going to farm them just yet, because I want to wait till Lamont leaves the party to do that. Even though he is a help with healing, he does soak up a whole 4th of the experience. Whereas normally, if you don't have a guest in your party, when you kill an enemy, the experience is divided into 3. So, like, it's 72 experience right now. But that 72 has been divided, or that 72 is what everybody gets, or that 30. But so like right now we got 30 experience for killing that bat, but if we only had one person in the party, we would get 120 because 30 times 4 is 120. So if you have one person, you get the full experience, and then you have two, it's divided in half. You have three, it's divided into thirds, and now since we have four, the experience is divided into fourths. And that's why I don't like to do any farming with guests that often, unless it's like a place where I know you get so much experience it doesn't matter. Just because, you know, it makes it quicker if you don't have a guest along. And the guests do level up as well, and some guests will stick around for a lot longer than others. Like, you know, we had Bosch in our party for quite a long time as a guest before he actually joined as a full-on member. So yeah, I don't know, I prefer not to do too much with guests, because, you know, it just makes things take just a little bit longer. But you can if you want to. I just, I'm gonna cut that out. I just happened to mention something about Lamont that I didn't want to, just by accident. But yeah, Lamont does have Kira, so you know, you can go crazy if you wanna, you know, use him while he's here. This is the hallway. This area right here, this zone is called the Shunia Twin Span. This is the area I like to farm the skeletons, because they just they spawn like crazy, and I'm not farming them right now, so I'm just going to kill everyone I see and pick up all the loot because I don't mind. Just speeding it along here too, because I want to get through this dungeon as quick as I can, because we don't have too much to cover today, but we got lots of story. So there we go. Takes a while to kill them, even on high speed mode. I'll go back to normal. I don't want it to be too fast. I want you to at least be able to pay attention to what's happening in combat, so that way, like, the game isn't actually playing itself. Because half of the playstyle in Final Fantasy XII is you paying attention. You paying attention is part of the gameplay. Because you have to be ready to jump in at any moment. And I'm gonna take that back to active mode. We don't need that to be on wait mode. Wait mode. We don't need wait mode right now. We're getting bone fragments though. I'm happy about that. Anyway, yeah, today's Saturday. Trying to record as much as I can. And then what else? I don't know what else I got planned. Oh, I have a meeting later tonight. Not a meeting. It's like a little get together at my friend Jack Guffey's place, who also, by the way, does Let's Plays. I've never mentioned him before on this channel because he's not like someone I know super well. He's like someone I met through college, and I was on I added him on Facebook, and I'm like, oh crap, he also does Let's Plays. I see him posting stuff, and so yeah, I subscribed to him. He subscribed to me, and we kind of became friends that way. And yeah, I'll give a link to his YouTube channel. I think it's called Jack and Nash. He does it with his friend Nash, who I don't think I've ever met. I've never met Nash, like in real life, but I have met Jack, and Jack's really cool. So yeah, I'll drop a link in the description to his channel. Go check him out. He has they have really good, really funny, relaxed videos as well. They're a little bit more on the Game Grumps side of the kind of Let's Play style, but you know, it's cool, it's chill. I love Game Grumps, so I love watching their stuff. Whereas, like, they take about as much influence from Game Grumps as I take from Nintendo Capri Sun, I guess is the best way to put it. Where, like, you know, they don't feel like they are Game Grumps, but you can totally feel that, you know, they, got their inspiration to start from Game Grumps. Just like, I'm sure you can totally feel like I got my inspiration to start from Nintendo Capri Sun, because it's just a fact of, the life. That's how I did it. That's how I started. I gotta start watching NCS's Final Fantasy V for Job Fiesta more. I only saw like the first couple parts, and now he's like on part 11. I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up on this Breath of the Wild too. It's just like those are hour-long parts, and man, they take a while to watch. And I've also started listening to this D&D campaign called The Adventure Zone, which is on Spotify. And man, that's a good series too. And those are like hour-long episodes too. But at least those are like audio only, so I don't have to watch. I can just listen as I'm like, you know, farming in FF14 or something. And that's what I've been doing. And The Adventure Zone that's a good show. If you're looking for a good, like if you've like never jumped into D&D before, and you want like you want to listen to a podcast where most of the people there are brand new to it as well, listen to The Adventure Zone, because that's a good series. It's really funny too. Like, I love listening to it. It's like this guy Griffin. He's DMing, and he has his dad playing D&D for the first time, and his two brothers also playing for their first time as well. And it's really fun to listen to. Anyway, cool, high potion. Now we got through the Lhusu Mines really quickly, actually. So let's just head on in here. This is cutscene time.
This is what I came here to see.
What's that?
It's Nethicite, manufactured Nethicite.
Nethicite?
Unlike regular magicite, Nethicite absorbs magical energy. This is the fruit of research into the manufacture of Nethicite. All at the hands of the Draclaw Laboratory. So this is where they're getting the magicite.
Errand all attended to, then?
Thank you. I'll repay you shortly.
No, you'll repay us now. We have too much on our hands to go on holding yours. So, where did you hear this fairy tale about Nethicite? And where did you get that sample you carry? What do you know about the Draclaw Laboratories? Tell me, who are you?
Balthier?
You kept us waiting, Balthier! You slipped away in Albanar. We missed you! First the judge and now this boy. The whole affair has a smell of money about it. I may have to wet my beak a little.
Keep your snout in the trough where it belongs. This thinking ill befits you, Begamnon.
Balthier. Too long have I gone unpaid. I'll carve my bounty out of that boy.
Where's Penelo? We're taking her back.
The girl? Why keep the bait when you've landed the fish? We cut her loose on the way here and then off she ran crying like a babe.
Hey!
Yeah, you show him, guys.
After them!
Man, they're so grunty.
Hey, wait up!
We'll not be able to take them all. Fight who we must, leave the rest.
Yeah, I won't actually be fighting them at all in this episode. You can totally fight them and kill them. And I don't think it changed anything. I think it changes the dialogue that you get later. As you're leaving with Balthier and Fran, but apart from that, it's not really anything special. We get that extra cutscene where they run away too, but yeah, I'm not gonna be showing it just because, well, we maybe could feasibly take it if we really stretched ourselves. And if I had kept the sight and grab bow, then I totally could have killed him, but I don't want to do that because that'll break the game. And you're kind of meant to flee from them. You're not really meant to fight them at this point. It's just something that you can do if you want to. But yeah, you see Lamont up ahead running away from us. We're running away from them. He's just ahead of us. I'm going to turn on super speed so we can get through here faster. Cool. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to turn on super speed because I don't have that much material for this episode. I wanted to do some stuff, and I did. Oh, I guess I can show how to show starting to farm the skeletons and stuff like that. Because you know how I said I structured this to sort of be, this LP isn't really based on time per episode, it's based on things I do, and I have it all planned out. And episode 12 is the Lhusu Mines episode, so that's what I'm doing. I'm getting here right now. We're on schedule with my notes, and I'm really happy about that. Alright, here we are. I think we're done.
It would not seem they follow. We've lost them.
Much more running about with Bunga at my heels, and I'm apt to give up sky pirating altogether.
Alright, well. Yep, alright, so I guess we did it, and Lamont is no longer in our party. He ran up ahead, so we're just gonna go over to the entrance and see if we can find him. Oh yeah, man, I gotta get into the hang of not playing on super speed, because as much as it is convenient, I want the fights to be, you know, I want you to be able to pay attention a little bit. I don't mind running in between. I don't mind turning it on in between fights, but like for fights where I'm just, or you know, if I'm fighting and just grinding, then I don't mind showing it either, or turning on super speed either there. But for regular fights, just like playing through the dungeon, I like to be at normal speed. Personally, though, that's just a personal preference. That's all it is, a personal preference. We got a slaving. You slaving away, working on killing us, slaving away, killing us, but. We actually took you out and give us our Earth Stone. Okay, that works too. And we got more bats over here. And nothing special. Like, these guys are pretty simple to kill. If you were level 8, as I think I'm guessing the story intends you to be around level 8 right now, it would be a lot harder. In fact, the game in general, if you were level 8 at this point, would probably be way harder than it is right now at level 15. I just think that level 15 is a much better level to be at. It like, lets you not grind as much later. There he is.
I see you've been out walking without the company of your cortege, Lord Larsa. We caught her wandering out of the mines. You must take care with such undesirables about.
I was kidnapped.
Silence!
If it is a crime to wander on one's own, then I too am guilty. Marquis, I trust that your estate can accommodate another guest.
Why not?
Judge Geese, I shall heed your counsel. I will not travel unaccompanied any longer.
That was unexpected.
Thank you, Penelo.
Of course.
What's Penelo doing? And what's the deal with that Lamont?
That's no Lamont. Larsa Ferinas Solidor, fourth son to Emperor Gramis and brother to Vane.
What? That kid?
Do not worry. I believe he will treat her well.
Nobody knows men like Fran does.
Our purposes lead the same way. To Ondor. We must find means to approach him.
The Marquis is channeling money to organizations opposing the Empire. We'll start there.
Alright, sounds good. So let's get on over back to the save point. Got one more cutscene in this episode before we call it a day.
Marquis Ondor announced my execution 2 years ago. If news of my survival were to spread, the Marquis may find his position compromised.
The men he's been funding bear little love for the Empire. They won't be thrilled to discover that rumors of your death were, in fact, greatly exaggerated. If we were to raise a clamor to that effect, we might just get their attention.
Nothing to it. I'll just go around town spreading the word. How about this? I'm Captain Bosch von Rotzenberg of Dalmasca.
And they're like, huh? What did he say?
Well, what do you think?
That certainly qualifies as a clamor. All right, Vaughn, get to it. For the girls' sake, eh? Oh, and the more people around to witness your little performance, the better. If we're going to reach the Marquis, it's up to you. We'll be waiting here if you need us.
Alright, there we go. Off we go. Oh, I can pause. Whoops. I didn't mean to pause that. I just pressed the pause button accidentally there. Anyway, so we're going to be doing that in the next episode. What's up, Balthier? His Excellency Marquis Ondor announced after the war that Captain Bosch von Rotzenberg had been executed for slaying his own king. Now, as we all know, Bosch lives. Should this become known, why the Marquis's lie would be revealed and the resistance jeopardized. Spread the rumor that I still live, and the resistance here in Bujerba will come out of their hiding places to ascertain the truth. If we can contact their organization, we can use them to get to the Marquis. We'll rescue Penelo from his estate and see where he stands. So that's the plan. Yeah, walk the streets of Bujerba and speak of Bosch where his people have gathered. We will await you here. So we are very important. We have to say, I'm Captain Bosch. And we'll do that in the next part. For now, I'm going to go back to that area that I went to in the Lhusu Mines. This one right here, the Shunia Twin Span. And just kill all the skeletons in there. And then run back out. I'm going to zone out 2 zones. Then go back and kill more. And build up a chain, just like I did in the Barheim Passage. And get a bunch of bone fragments. And then I'll be back out here probably leveled up a little bit because I'll get experience in the next episode, and then we'll sell all that money and it'll be great. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, you know, get your sleep well. Don't be like me and go to bed at like 4 in the morning and get up at 6. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta fix my sleep schedule. Anyway, take care, guys. Bye.